Well, good morning to you all, good morning. Sunday the 14th of April 2024, and this is your roving reporter, Harry Faber, reporting to you from the beautiful town of Azay le Ferron, where people are doing things at ridiculous o'clock. Putting things in trailers, yeah, and moving stuff. Now, they're not moving stuff very far, it may be said. But they are moving stuff nonetheless. In the dark. I can hear car engines. We don't hear car engines at this time of a Sunday morning. Now this is La Rue de la Poste because once upon a time this was the road where the post office was. In the background you can hear the cockerels crowing. People. We don't have people walking about our town at this time of day. They're all dragging all the good stuff out of their loft and putting it on tables. Now it's too early to be looking at stuff. Well, let's face it, it's still dark. Bonjour.
C'est vrai ce que j'avais pensé là, mais on s'en fout. Mais non, ça va l'important du tout.
Il y en a combien là?
On est deux en fait, on est d'accord.
C'est le deuxième?
That's something you don't see very often. In this light you can hardly see it. What a wonderful terracotta jobby thing for going on the ridge of a roof. Fishing rods and stuff. And the town square, unusually full of people. Now I took the precaution of not putting my wallet in my pocket just in case, you know, we wouldn't want to come out at this time of day and spend money on old child's toy prams or a mobilette or old 45 records for a record player that I haven't got. Are you short of any china? Do you need a table football? No, I thought it sensible not to. Actually, I forgot to put my wallet in my pocket. There's things that I do recognise and think, oh, that will be useful. And then there's things that I look at and I think, why on earth would anyone want one of those? But if we all wanted the same stuff, life would be boring, wouldn't it? Okay, well, I'm going to go back indoors. I've got a few things that I need to do before I'm completely civilised, and we'll come back shortly. Well, it is now 7:15. This is the time of day that serious traders go out to see what's for sale. And yeah, the centre tends to be the professional regular Brocante, people who through summer will be going to all of the different towns and villages trying to make a few bob, basically. The side roads tend to be the people who are just clearing the crap out of... Can I say that word? I've said it now, haven't I? The stuff out of their loft. So a lot of the stuff that we see here today, we will see again at future, and I've probably already seen some of it at previous brocantes. But you know, it is what it is, and it's interesting. Oh, look at that. Not quite sure what that's used for. Is that for something to do with spreading plaster, perhaps? Quite sure. Fossils, I've got a few of those. There's always some interesting little trinkety sorts of things. Now I've already got enough toot, so I am going to be very, very disciplined. But sometimes you see things and you think, I wonder.
Et sinon, le cajou, il ferait combien sinon?
Je le mets dans le carton, je garde la canette, je le mets dans le carton.
Ouais, carton, non, mais à la rigueur. Ouais, bon, il y en avait quand même. Il est bien passé. pas, tu poses la question. Enfin, je te demande ton avis.
One of the other features at these events is there will be food available, and here we see a chap getting ready to cook. Now, this looks... not sure. Are there more interesting things here for us, perhaps? Why does that look like it's something out of a tank? I think I dare look. They're actually not that old, so not interested in those. There's an interesting. Adding machine. Yeah. The sort of mix is always interesting. Adding machines, mobilettes and horse saddles. And bicycles and saws and broom handles. Broom handles are always good, aren't they? And weights. And plenty of treasure to come out later in the day. Yeah, coffee, you can sleep when you're dead. Bonjour, madame. Well, there's something that's interesting. The answer to the question that I asked was 40, and whilst I am confident it is worth that, very interesting, very old toy. Yeah, I'm not going to spend all my money in one shop, shall we say. So the lady still has it. Maybe this afternoon, if she still has it, the price might come down. Oh, anyone want some battle bowlers? Who needs? Is that a bear trap? I don't need one. They're nice, aren't they? Not sure why I would want them, but they're very nice. And then there are things that some of you are going to find politically incorrect, shall we say. But, you know, this is rural France, and some people like this sort of thing. You know, I was told many times to go and see a taxidermist. I don't know why people used to say that to me.
Si tu veux, mais moi je sais même pas ce que c'est. Ah, il nous filme le monsieur.
Ah oui, oui, oui. Oh, non.
Ah bah non, mais je sais
Pourquoi
pas.
pas?
C'est un jeu, mais quoi?
Well, we'll carry on down this way. More records. More cooking equipment ready for people to cook. That will be good for later. Might save me cooking lunch, mightn't it?
Ça, j'aime bien. Et elles sont très bonnes danseuses. Mais après, pour le reste, non, je sais pas. Ah, c'était
Now, I don't think we need to look at shirts, but of course some of the professionals will be here, and it's a good place to restock wardrobes. I currently have no need to do that. While we're here, every time I go past this, I feel a need to film it for you. It's been trimmed back. The first year I was here, this was literally all along the wall, and it was all the way down the wall. But isn't that just gorgeous? Yeah, variety, snaffle bits, saddles, cups and saucers. A trailer to go behind your mobilette. I've already got one of those. And cast bench ends, they're quite a thing, because of course the wood goes rotten and the bench ends never do they?
Oui, 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 tout à fait. Bah, c'est...
If you see anything that you want, you know, stop me and tell me what it is. And, you know, do you need gun cleaning equipment? Or trench art? Trench art used to be a big collectible, but not so much now. Honey and honey products. Interesting cameras. Yeah.
Non, mais il est parti ranger.
Sometimes you see something that you really don't want. No, I don't want it, but that's just an interesting box, isn't it? 1,000 electric blasting caps. I rather suspect it's an empty box. Now, normally this road is just empty at this time of a Sunday morning, except for people like me driving on it to go and collect friends. But here we are today, and yeah, different. Now, this advert caught my eye. Some of you know exactly what this is, and some of you want one. And if you want to ring this telephone number in France, of course, it's done less than 70,000 kilometres. And the asking price is €9,800. But, you know, à débattre. So you can make an offer, but I would suspect that if you do make an offer less than that, you'll find it's already been sold, because that's quite a peachy looking vehicle, isn't it? Not for me, but I know one of you who is now trying to work out if he's got enough dollars left in his piggy bank to convert to €9,800. Judging by some of the other things on this stall, I think someone was involved in butchery in one form or another. But there's an interesting thing that you're not going to see very often. Yeah, if any of you need that explaining what it does, you know, it's pistolet d'abattage sans balle, so it's a humane killer. Okay then. I'm sure many of you can think of a use for that. I think that's something that Matt the Scrap Whisperer probably needs, isn't it? Seen better days, wants a little bit of repair. Also needs 2 small boys to pull a string to make it pump. But that's quite a thing. I guess that's for if you're bored with life. Yes, some very interesting timber. I don't have a need. I actually don't have a need, but that's, you know, interesting stuff. Now you can see the steam rising. You're just going to have to trust me when I say that I can smell the onions. Yeah. And that, of course, is one of the limitations of a YouTube video. You know, I can point the camera at things for you, but you really need to be here to experience the complete thing. Well, why you would want a sign that says Route 66 California, who knows? More interested perhaps in a sign that says Nome Rome. At least that's French. And there are still more stalls to look at. I'm walking along here with some trepidation because I know that some of my friends have got stalls along here and they will try to sell me stuff that I don't need. Yes, that is an interesting item, isn't it? I don't need it. Right, I managed to get away from people I know without spending any money. That was quite disciplined of me. I have got money in my pocket, but I ain't about to part up with it. Although saying that, I might. Just never know. Bonjour, monsieur. Oh, look at these. These are interesting bits and pieces, aren't they? Old vehicle lamps. Ah, and someone's got a car for restoration. Not for sale. I don't think it's for sale. I guess everything's for sale if you offer enough money, isn't it? In Calais. Yeah, see, I've already got one. Don't need another. Right, well, we've done one end of the town to the other. Yeah, without spending anything. That was good, wasn't it? I have seen a couple of things that I'm going to go back and haggle for. And I know that you want to know what I spent money on. I've just lugged these up the hill from the centre of the town, and I can tell you that they cost me less than the scrap value. A pair of ices. This one I would suggest is fairly old. I don't know why, it's rather an elegant sort of thing. Pity the handle's bent, but hey, we all do that to our vices, don't we? This obviously is a much more modern thing, probably made in China or something, isn't it? Although it's quite a hefty lump. I do have a need for vices. Yeah, I'm very happy to bring those home. I know where they're being installed. It's not as if they're not going to be used.